This is kind of a Minnesota stimulus package to get things moving in Minnesota. President Obama, I think, has been doing a pretty good job on the roads and bridges stimulus, but this is, we're calling kind of a vertical stimulus. This is where we go up and create jobs that way. It was brought to me, there's been a coalition of about 70 groups here and folks that very diverse, architects, contractors, union members, professional, public officials that have helped put this package together. It has bipartisan support. It's going to get people back to work. We think there's $3 to $5 billion shovel-ready projects that are ready to go in Minnesota, but they need a little help, and that help would come with this bill. We'll guarantee some money up front for the bankers, probably up to 25%. They've been skittish lately about putting out money. We think, and these are good projects. I mean, they cash flow, but the regulators aren't telling the bankers to slow down. We want to speed them up, and we're going to give them some encouragement to speed those projects up, and that's kind of what the big part of this bill is. You know, at a time when times are pretty tough around here, and budgets are, you know, not in good shape, and a lot of negative talk, this is positive. This is good stuff. And again, I wish I could say it was all my doing, but there's a broad group of folks here for the last 4.5, 5 months. But again, this gives the lenders that, and I'm in the banking business myself, and this, you know, guarantees that upfront. In other words, if a banker puts out 85% loan to value, we would guarantee, the state would, that 25% of the 85. Because that, quite frankly, that's what they used to do up to about a year or two ago. Is, you know, if it cash flows, so we're gonna help out the business community and get those buildings built.
So, Mr. President, these would be private construction projects, right?
That's correct. That's yes.
Now, under what circumstances potentially are taxpayers on the hook if?
Well, if the world collapsed, we're going to get $100 million of state money to back this progress. If everything collapsed, and it's not going to, it could be $100 million, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Are we going to have a few losses in there? Probably, but the income tax from the people working, the sales tax on the product, far outweighs that potential deficit, in my judgment. And this is worth the risk in the times we're facing as a nation, as a state, to encourage construction and put people to work.
Does the general fund get, if just a quick follow-up, does the general fund get is there an upside to the general fund? You know,
well,
if these projects go, does the taxpayers get back some money for the loan guarantee or not? Maybe your proposal.
Well, we're going to gain a lot of taxes on this. People are going to work. I mean, they're
going to buy
they're going to buy stuff. You know, and they're talking about 8, 9, 10,000 people working right away. And this is designed to kick in immediately. And
I was thinking you might want to explain a little bit too, because you said it, but they may want to talk a little bit more, that the state would be guaranteed, but it's a portion. I mean, the developer is still putting in resources. The bank would be. This is the kind of thing to help the bank. Is to feel like, geez, we could actually let the cash and the credit go out.
Yeah, and well, certainly your business, whoever builds the buildings, you know, they're going to need their put money. They're going to need the 20% down or 15, 20% down. So they're at risk also. But you've got these senior buildings that are shovel ready to go, and with the aging population, there's a big need. But the bankers are there. Oh no, let's slow it down. But the communities can prove, or the developers can prove that we can fill up these senior buildings. You know, please give us some money. We're going to help them get some money, and they're going to be successful. Things like nursing homes, they're going to make it.
Mayor Metzen, you said that. I mean, it seems like nursing homes are closing right now. Is there a danger that you'd be building buildings that then wouldn't have any economic activity in them once they're up?
I don't know if I caught it all, but I don't. You know, there's a growing need for senior buildings, not just nursing homes. Senior buildings. Won't be long. Eric will be in
Could be later today.
And Metzen.
Well, Martika, if you think about it, the people, the entities that are looking at and coming forward with these types of projects broadly, there's lots of different kinds of ones, have done business plans. These are the kinds of projects that, as Mr. President was saying, would have routinely have been approved for credit and assistance right away before the last few months. So they would not be putting forward a business plan. We're not asking banks to take on any risky types of projects, nor would the state be taking on any risky kinds of projects. You know, if you think about it over and over, what we've heard the most from businesses is we need access to cash, to capital, and to credit. The guarantee, which is a partial guarantee, is something that can really help really get the money flowing again. The idea here is get the money flowing on projects that are sound investments, not risky investments, sound investments. So going back to your question, if it was an area where a project made no sense, this would not be able to go forward.
And the banks are certainly going to do their due diligence. You know, they're not going to, even if we've got a guarantee up here, they're not going to just say, oh, we'll do anything we want. No, they're going to still do their research and due diligence on the projects.
Is this designed to dovetail with the job creation elements in the tax bill, or is it some kind of a backup in case there is no tax bill?
Well, this is a bill that I'm bringing forward. I can't talk to you too much about the tax bill. This is separate. And if some of their initiatives, like the angel investor components of that tax bill, would all enhance what I'm trying to do. But I'm not counting on that stuff. I'm counting on this bill here to move forward and get bipartisan support and put people back to work. So there are provisions in the tax bill that I'm aware of that traveled through the committee I chair, the Economic Development Committee, that ended up in the tax bill. That Senator Salzman had a couple of them, and called angel investors. But that's a couple of components in there that would help this. But no, I'm doing this as a freestanding bill on its own and trying to get this passed. That's one of the reasons they've got that historic tax credit in the tax bill, but I'm going to keep it in here just in case something happens.
There certainly are components that dovetail nicely. We believe there will be a tax bill at the end of the day. But this is a project that's been being worked on again for several months, and we believe that it is a really good measure that can make a difference with or without certain elements that are in the tax bill.
I think. Well, I mean, I tend to be for these kind of things, but we're going to have to find the money. And as you pointed out, who do we cut to get there? I'm a job Z person. I'm a person that does like business investment credits and tax credits. So that's neither one of these. I don't know if these are grants or not, but to the extent we can stimulate business, that's what we have to do. We've talked about that ever since we started session. How do we create jobs in Minnesota? We've got to be competitive. Either we're competitive or not. Either jobs are going to occur here or they're going to occur other places in this country or world, but we have to posture ourselves to be competitive. So I don't know the details of that, but if it is a positive approach in the sense of being affordable and being otherwise something that could get bipartisan support, why we ought to give it serious consideration.